Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be repotting a very old Rhipsalis Pilocarpa. You know, I honestly don't know how long I have had this in this little pot. It's I can't tell the shape anymore. I think it's about a 6 or 8 inch pot. It is absolutely deformed. The pot is deformed. So I'm assuming ooh, there's a bee. Oh my god, I'm in the sunroom. Why is there a bee in here? Every day. Anyway, so I am going to attempt to get it out its pot first. Let's see, did I? Ooh, okay, it hasn't been repotted since 2020. So it's about time. I went over the time that these things need to be repotted. And as you can see, it has gotten major overexposure from the sun. Mine is basically turning red, and it should not get this much sun. It's a jungle cactus, but I do have my plants in a southern exposure. I mean, other than the redness, it is pretty healthy otherwise. But let's see what's actually going on in the pot, okay? Let's do that now and get it out. I'm gonna press the pots on the side to get it out. I probably should have watered this first, but I'm just pressing the pot on the side to loosen up the soil a little. Squeeze it. Alright. Now, I have this wire here. I don't know if that's gonna stop me from taking it out safely. Oh my goodness. Oh, should I? Okay, let me remove the wires off camera so I don't waste too much time. Okay, I had to actually cut the wires off. This is ridiculous. I should not have had to do that, but I had to because I couldn't get it off properly. Wires are off. Back to squeezing the sides of the thingy, the pot. Now I'm gonna try and shake it out. Oh yeah. Please don't be any insects in here. Oh, right. So there's not. You know, funny. This doesn't look as root bound as I thought it would be. It's actually fine. I don't know what bugs these are. I do not want to touch it. Okay. So it actually looks just fine. A little bit of pot mold in some areas, but I guess my soil is airy enough where it looks just fine. Maybe I didn't need to repot this, but I wanted to, you know, refresh the soil a bit because it's been in there a while. So generally that's really why you want to repot after a while. The nutrients in the soil can be depleted. Now, I'm not going to try and take off every single piece of soil. I don't think that is necessary, and I could end up damaging way more roots. I'm going to pause and hose this down a bit just to take off some of the extra soil, okay? Because this is how it's looking. It looks fine. I really am wondering if I really needed to repot this at all. But for nutrient sake, yes, that's why you want to. 1 second, let me hose this off. So miraculously, the roots on this are pretty good. See? I really am surprised by the fact that there's not many dead roots. It's pretty amazing. I only hosed it off. I didn't spend a bunch of time trying to take every single piece of dirt off. Now let's go to the other focus of a repotting, which is soil. Let me put this down for a second. Alright, let's rest it over here. Whoopsie, I have pieces falling off. It's not what I want. Gardener's hands. Anyway, so what shall I be putting in my new pot? In fact, where is my new pot? I'll be moving to this. Hopefully I can slide it in without removing my wires. I have a feeling I'm gonna have an issue. Let me remove the wires. And I'm back. The wire is now out. That took a minute. Let me put that aside. So the focus now is on the particular soil that I'm going to use. I tend to use a standard potting mix, usually the same potting mix of dirt that I use for roses, just regular dirt. I don't really have a formula per se. I wish I did, but as it is, I'm gonna do maybe 2 cups of this. Fine. I actually have an equal ratio, it seems, of dirt to my bark to keep it airy. And considering how good the soil looked after that many years, I'm definitely gonna do the same. And then I'm gonna do, this is cedar. This is cedar chips, basically, that you can get at your garden center. Huge bag for like $3 and something cents. I think I got this from Menards or Home Depot. So I'm basically just tossing that in. And just once it looks as if it will fill my pot, then I stop. So it's basically half and half of dirt and the cedar wood chips. Now, jungle cacti actually like a whole lot more moisture than your desert cacti, of course. One sec. Needed something to stir. Yeah. Can you tell I need to go for my gardening tools? I'm actually using a stick. But, you know, it works. This was what my son was playing with a while ago, so thanks, dear. And I just stir that around. If it looks like it's not enough dirt, which right now it's looking like it's not enough dirt, then I add a bit more dirt. Because you want some moisture retentive properties to your potting mix. Because again, these are jungle cacti. Now, you don't want it too moist, because obviously you don't want the thing to rot. Wow, could this be any bigger? Okay, I'll just throw it on the bottom. So now that that's there, let me try to fit my soil. You know what? Let's add some eggs. Actually, this is a cooking show. I actually had some eggs from this morning. Eggs is not necessary, but if you're like me, you tend to have eggs around your house anyway after cooking breakfast in the morning all the time. And tossing this in, it'll be good. Calcium can't hurt the plant, can it? In fact, I'm pretty sure it's fine. If nothing else, it's going to be offering some aeration as well. There you go. That was like 3 eggshells, maybe 4. Now, let me get my pot. And I shall pick the plant back up. Whoa! Oh no! Okay, here we go. I see. Wait a minute. Oh, this piece fell out. That's okay. That's okay. I will tease it out. See? That piece fell out. I'll tease it out and just put it back with the rest. Let's see how it sits in the pot as it is. Alright, so I do need to put some soil first before dropping it into the pot. Let's do that. This is where it'd be nice to have a couple more hands than I have right now. So I'm just gonna fill the bottom of my pot so that my plant can sit at the level it was previously sitting at before. You don't want it buried way deeper than it was before at the outset in the old pot, okay? You want to keep it at the level it was at before. While I don't think it will be that detrimental to jungle cacti if you actually pot it deeper, I just tend to keep it at the same level. Now guys, I never have my nails done because yeah. So back to what I was doing, dropping it directly back into the pot. Let me try and get
Daddy, look at how much garbage it got.
1 second, please.
Look how much garbage it got.
That was my son. Okay, so I dropped it in, and now all around the edges of the pot where I had, you know, the new pot is bigger, I now have to fill in around the edges with my soil. So that's what I'm doing. I'm holding up the edges of the plant itself, and I'm gonna fill in the soil around it. See, like that, just putting the new soil. I'm gonna have to bathe the plant after this too, because I'm getting dirt all over it, which I'm sure it appreciates. All right, so again, turning it a bit right here. Then, oh, let me let that side down. Lifting the plant up, and all right, here's a bit. Can I stuff it a bit more? There we go. Stuff it down a little bit, and then I'm filling the edges with dirt. Situate it a little better. Down. All right. Trying to lift up this part here. Fill in around the edges. Tamping it down a bit. Let me spin it right here. And, ooh. Yeah, there we go. This is the last corner right now. I'm going to fill in the edges. So, here's another thing. If you repot your Rhipsalis, right, and your pot has a whole bunch of space around the edges, this leaves you the required space that you will need over the years to put back some of the pieces that sometimes fall off. That ends up happening to me every so often. I'll like knock a piece off or something. Oh, and I end up putting it along the edges that I had space left over with, you know? So it is basically, did I get everywhere? So you have to check all your edges, just spin it around, and you look. It looks pretty good. Now another thing you can do, as I was saying, should you want to fill the pot out a little bit, the easiest thing you can do is literally to take one of your fronds. Like if I want to fill out these edges a little bit, I just take one of the fronds, snap it, and push it right back into the pot. And that's all. These things root very easily. Make sure you keep the soil a bit moist during this transition period, right after potting and when you want it to root. So yeah, you could do that. In fact, I might do that right now. Let me snip a couple pieces and put it along the edges. All right, so I'm back. I'm gonna just snip a piece off and literally just poke it into the soil, down about 3 inches or so. Oops. Yeah, so do I want to propagate a few more? I actually like how the plant looks now. Let me step back a bit. See? Yeah, it's pretty big. Can we see? So that's it. I will put the wires back on the basket and come right back and show you the final product. 1 second again. There you have it, everyone. Freshly watered in its new pot and heavy. There you go. Now going forward, I'll give this plant a lot less light. It's a bit too red for my liking. You can't really see it, but on some of them you can see it. They're absolutely burnt. So there you have it. That's repotting very old Rhipsalis Pilocarpa. There she is. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this content and stuff like this, Please consider subscribing to the channel or sending it to a friend of yours that may benefit from the information in this video. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna wash my hands. Bye.